live, honey.
We are live. Welcome, family, friends, peace and love. You are live with George, aka Mr. Knowledge is Power. And this is my lovely queen, the one and only Natalie, Nicole.
Hey.
Doing all right today?
Yes, I am doing well. How was your day? Oh, look at me chopping.
It was great.
Okay.
It was great.
What was great about it?
Well, we got a hike in this morning at the top of the morning. So, of course, that was amazing. Got a brisk walk, a breath of fresh air. It was nice out. We expected rain, but we didn't get any. So, yeah, and I got to do it all with you.
Okay, outstanding.
Yeah, so.
Okay, what else was great about today?
Just relaxing a little bit, taking it easy. We got a few things done. Ran a few errands and got some chores. I guess if you want to say chores. Got a few things done, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great to be alive today.
It is.
Yeah.
So, let's tell them a little bit about Candid Conversation. It's a new Facebook group page. We're going live for the first time today.
We are.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what Candid Conversation is all about.
Okay, so first of all, welcome to the show again. Candid Conversation, which is not always popular, but
important.
But important.
Topics that are not always
popular.
Right.
But
yes.
Important.
But important. Yes.
Yeah. So we're just being candid about things that we discuss normally.
What's going on in the city?
What's going on in the city?
Locally.
Right.
What affects our culture?
Right.
Okay. Education, upcoming events, all kind of good stuff like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, we get candid about all of that.
Okay. So George, are you from Columbus, Georgia?
Born and raised.
Okay. So you got a PhD in Columbus, Georgia?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. So yeah, born and raised south side of Columbus, Fort Benning Road to be exact, for those of y'all who are from Columbus. Went to Eddie Middle School. I went to South Columbus Elementary, Eddie Middle School.
And may I interject there, like the fact that the classroom that I was assigned, you were actually a student in that class, still amazes me today. Like that is crazy, right?
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But okay.
So yeah, Eddie Middle School, Spencer High School, Carver High School.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. So so you've been here like what, over 30 years?
Pretty much my whole life. Yeah. I left. I went to trade school, so I left around that time, maybe around 99, 2000, and then from there, started Albany State, and then from there went to the Navy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess I asked that because you've seen a lot of changes, right? You've watched Columbus, Georgia grow and evolve into what it is today, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So I got here about 6 years ago. I relocated from California. It was a big adjustment.
That's a big difference. A huge
difference. Big adjustment. But when I got here, I think I got here in 2017, and then in 2018, I hit the ground running after I was a little settled, and I participated in some campaign work and just, learning and getting to know the community and serving. I come from a background of community service. I come from a background of just like helping and just wanting to see the best for our community. So I have to say that I took the back seat, or however you want to say it, for a couple of years, just like really being in the community, but I was serving in the classrooms.
Okay. All right.
Which is tough. Like, I was working, and I'm still working on my dissertation, and I had a different perspective of teachers prior to going into the classroom, and that changed quickly. It changed quickly.
I'm sure.
Now, I've always thought that teachers had the most important job in the world. However, whereas I saw the difference is that some of them, most of them really do care. And there's just a disconnect in the collaboration between families and the education system. It's broken.
How so? How so? Just real quick. I mean,
Okay,
I know, you know.
okay, yeah. So you're kind of getting off topic. How so?
Take your time.
Where do I even begin? Right, you caught me off topic there. So let's just say for me as a parent, I didn't understand when teachers would say, "Oh, you know, we're so grateful to have you here, and we thank you." And I thought it was weird, you know, that they would say things like that because it is my child. I'm supposed to be a part of my child's education. However, being a teacher, I noticed that the support was not there. And I don't chop it up to say that parents didn't care. I don't ever want to say that because parents have to work. They have a lot of responsibilities. They have other babies that may not be in school. So it's a tough situation that parents are in, but just the participation, just, you know, I grew up, my mom, the first thing we had to do was do our homework before you did anything else.
Right.
So that part of just making sure, you know, that home part was reinforcing what was being done in the classroom, as well as just supporting the teacher, you know, with good manners.
Right.
You know, and having supplies and, you know, the basic things that are required for a classroom to be successful, for a student to be successful. I found that it was a huge disconnect from what I understood because I was raised one way. So I had one perspective about how things were. But okay. Yeah, we can move on.
Yeah, we can move on.
Okay.
I was curious, but I appreciate you.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Okay. All right. But since you asked me about it, what was your experience when you attended Eddy Middle School? Did you like your teachers? Did you like your settings, all that good stuff, your environment?
Well, let me say first, I wasn't really, I didn't like school. Yeah, I didn't like school. But Eddy it felt like a family. Everybody knew everybody pretty much. The teachers were diverse. The student body was, you know, kind of diverse. But I had a pretty good experience for the most part. Played football, ran track. But yeah, so I had a pretty good experience for the most part. Eddy Middle School was not what it is today. Nowhere near. But, you know, of course you have those bad apples. But it's nowhere near, you know, what school is today. But yeah. I loved Eddy.
Okay.
Yeah, I had some great memories.
All right. Oh, well, listen, I'm going to hush on that point. I'm going to hush. So we're talking a little bit, like I've been here 6 years. You've been here most of your life, all of your life. So we have a perspective. We have a perspective of what we have experienced and what we understand about the city of Columbus. Yeah. So let's talk about it. I want to first kind of I want to talk about at least 4 areas tonight. Some events that we've attended.
Okay.
Education within the Muskogee County School District, as well as politics. I think that's it. I said 4, but I'll figure out the other one here in a moment. But let's start with some events. I want to say the first event I want to talk to was the one we went to, the business credit. I think they are the business architects.
Yeah, the Boyntons.
Yes.
They did an excellent job. It was held at Macedonia, I think, Christian Ministries on Casita Road. And yeah, it was a lot of great information for those who want to start a business or who already has a business. It was just a lot of great insight.
If you missed it, you really should have been there.
Yeah, you should have been there. It was great. Great advice.
You really should have been there.
Yeah.
Not just, you know, great advice. It was very hands-on. I like that, you know, he called it a workshop and we were actually working.
Right.
What is one thing that stood out the most or something that you took away from the event?
What I took away? I would say probably the most important thing for me as a business owner and entrepreneur was to make sure that your business is properly structured.
Yes,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, so when people are looking up your business. They want to make sure that everything is on the up and up. Does your business address align? Do you have a business phone number?
No P.O. boxes, right?
Right. So he kind of broke it down to make sure that your business is structured the correct way. Because when you're asking for funding, business credit, or trying to get dollars to support your business or fund your business, these banks want to make sure that everything lines up when they're trying to do a background on your business. So
yes, and I believe they are a husband and wife team, and they dropped so many nuggets.
They did. Shout out to the Boynes.
Yes,
we appreciate
so
y'all.
many jewels. I mean, we could go on and on.
Yeah.
But what I would say is that the next time you see an event, something that they're hosting, it's very much worth it. It's worth the investment, and it's worth. We didn't pay enough.
Well, I mean,
to be honest, we did not pay enough.
I hear that. The Boynes, if you're listening, if you're watching.
For all of the information, and I get that they're a part of, what is it called?
Black Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, and so members did not have to pay, but people who were non-members had to pay, and those non-members, which included us, we didn't pay enough for the information that was provided on that evening.
It was priceless.
Yeah.
It was priceless.
Which is excellence, and I love to see our people operate in excellence. Right.
And people showed up and they showed out. So, shout out to everybody who came and supported that class. We appreciate it. It's greatly appreciated. It's
very important to support, and it's very important to not assume or want to get things for free.
Right.
Okay. Because we need to sow and we need to invest.
Right.
Now, the next thing we went to this week, right, was on, I think it was Tuesday or Thursday, one of the days this week.
Yeah.
It was a mindset convention.
Right.
Moderated by Kirsten King. Yes. What were your thoughts on that event?
So it was an awesome event, and this was at the Selfie House?
Yes. Our first visit to the Selfie House.
Right, downtown Columbus. If y'all haven't been there, please go down there and check it out. We'll have to put the address. We'll put the information in the link.
Everything we're talking about tonight, I'm putting it in the comments.
Okay, so make sure
I'm
y'all check that out.
Yeah.
But it was an awesome event. People came out, supported. It's a beautiful place. It's in a historic home. So that's another thing that adds to its its greatness.
The owners did an absolutely wonderful job.
They did.
Capturing each theme and just the colors and just it's wonderful.
Right.
It was wonderful. And then upstairs was the gentleman. He was from Oklahoma.
That's right.
And he
the key speaker.
Yes,
the
keynote speaker. He gave his the topic was mindset. And so we had a really good time. Now, I'm not the type of person to really eat.
She's right. Not out somewhere.
Everywhere and anywhere.
Yeah.
But my goodness, and I gotta find the person they said catered the food.
She did a great job.
Oh my goodness.
Those egg rolls?
The egg rolls, the chicken.
Oh, and slapping.
What was the other stuff? The dip.
Yeah, spinach dip. Yep, spinach dip.
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. And then they had a bar vendor on site.
Right.
Everything was just excellent, and it was free.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was free. And so I just love how the moderator, Miss Kirsten King, everything was excellent. I mean, just excellent. And the Selfie House was excellent. And the DJ, there was a DJ.
Yeah, shout out to DJ Cashflow, who came in there on the ones and twos and put it down. He played some classics. He played some modern stuff, and it was a nice mix, nice vibe, good energy. So.
And we almost didn't have enough room because, we
really did.
Yeah, we were to capacity.
It was standing room only at the top.
Yeah.
So,
for some great knowledge. And he shared about mindset. He told us some stories. He told us his background. Flew in from Oklahoma to be with us to share the importance of mindset.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
an environment which contributes, like you always talk about, contributes to your success.
Yeah, it's important. It's important. I shared some information about that in my community, my Upgrade Lifestyle community, about the importance of environment as well as the fear that's not real and
right.
that hasn't happened or
Right.
what have you. So yeah, it was good. All right. So then our next thing, so if you haven't been to the Selfie House, and we're going back, we have to go back.
That's right.
But if you haven't been to the Selfie House, please check it out. I can't believe we hadn't been there yet, but this mindset convention gave us an opportunity to go there. And so wonderful. It makes me so happy, you know, so far the events that we have attended this year and been a part of and the excellence that they have operated in. Now, those were a recap of some events we've attended this year in January. What's coming up? We have a fashion show on the 28th, Sunday, the 28th.
That's right.
Okay.
In 2 days.
Yes, in 2 days. The designer and host, the producer, is Miss Lakeitha.
None other than.
Yes, Miss Lakeitha.
Yeah.
Ash. And I hope you already have your tickets. Now, if you don't have your tickets, I'm adding the link right now. Okay. Come out, support. Get your tickets.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice event. It's going to be a beautiful night, beautiful people, beautiful atmosphere, good energy.
Yes.
So, yeah, we'll be in the house, you know, doing our thing.
We will.
So, come out, support the models, support Miss Lakeitha Ash and her business and everything she has going on. Again, like you said, you're going to put everything in the description.
Yes, I'm doing that right now.
So, shout out to Just Mine. Shout out to Lakeitha and everything she's doing over there on the south side, South Lumpkin Road. We appreciate you. We support you.
Now, listen, I absolutely have the utmost respect and admiration.
There it is.
Thank you. It came on out. For Miss Lakeitha.
Yeah, Lakeitha.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's on the south side. She has a beauty store. She has like a print shop and she designs clothes. And she's such a petite and such a classy lady. And she's doing beautiful things in the community. So, ladies, and guys.
And gentlemen.
Yes, please stop by and, you know, patronize her business. Go get your beauty supplies from her. I got earrings from there. She had cute bags. You got some hair supply stuff from there.
Beard oil from her. So, fellas, if you want to get that beard, you know, keep that beard nice and tight and moisturized. Yeah, go check her out. Everything you can get from any other beauty supply store she has.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, please check her out. And I want to also say, Mr. Larry's, if anybody knows about Larry's Beauty Supply, please check him out, too. He's off Winton Road. He's been there since I was a kid, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Yeah, so, yeah, please check him out. He's in the community, right off Winton Road, right across the street from the post office.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, go check him out. Check him out. He has pretty much everything you can think of and more.
Okay.
Yeah. Wonderful.
And then she also is a designer that is going to be featured in the New York Fashion Week for 2024.
Ooh, right.
Right. That is like amazing. And so when you come out to the show, you'll hear and learn more about it. Follow her, find her on Facebook. I have put her information in our comments here. Follow her page, support her, love her. She's doing great things in the community, very much so.
That's right.
So the next thing is First African Baptist Church. I understand that they're almost 200 years old.
Right, that's some history for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
200 years old. So on February 3rd, if I'm not mistaken, a Saturday, they're going to be at the Columbus Library on Macon Road.
Yeah.
Yes. Funny thing, when I first got here, I used to say Macon Street. Ooh, people would get me straight quick. You know, it's road. So Macon Road.
Right.
And the auditorium. And so they're going to do a brief history of over almost 200 years. It's going to be condensed and concise and precise. But still, I think that is so amazing.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. And shout out to the Greens, Rod, Lynn, if you're watching.
Yes.
Shout out to the Greens. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Yeah, it's a lot of history right there, a lot of good history.
Yes.
So we're looking forward to it.
Okay, so I'm putting that in the comments. Very excited about what's going on in our community and just, you know, the excellence in 2024. Everybody, we went to this Emancipation Proclamation service. And when I tell you the gentleman who delivered the word stated we needed to be standing on business in 2024,
As
so
he so
far,
eloquently put it.
yes, so far, so great.
Yeah.
Now, one thing he said is like, he doesn't get offended about a lot of things, because over the years he's learned to have tough skin.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing you can say that will get him the feathers ruffled is that I'm average.
Don't call him
right?
average.
Don't call him average.
Right.
And that is powerful. Okay, we're not mediocre. We're not average. We operate in excellence as a culture, and we shaped this world. We built this world.
Right.
Right. So hey, I'm loving this, standing on business in 2024, and so far, so great.
Right.
All right. So the next upcoming event is a Valentine's love conversation and something about dating.
Right.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So shout out to the Rileys who
Yay.
always show up in the community and show out.
I love the Rileys.
Yeah.
Now they don't know me, but but I'm trying to say it's been since like 2009, 2012. My babies, I used to take them when they were on Floyd Road to get their hair done. And it was a lady, when I say she had hands for hair.
Hands?
Oh, my girl's hair was so healthy and just beautiful. Okay, and so then, military, you move and stuff like that, so you lose face. But I come back, they're still dedicated to the community. They carry themselves in such a royalty.
Right.
Such a class. And they contribute wholeheartedly from a pure place to this city. I absolutely love them now. So if there's like an Oscar or something that they award that they need to earn that they have not already earned or whatnot, listen, it would definitely need to go to them.
Right.
Wonderful people.
So we want to definitely give our people that's doing great things like the Rileys and others their flowers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we appreciate y'all. G-Rat, if you don't hear, I see you. You and Tasha, we appreciate y'all coming out, showing support. Y'all always doing great things in the community. We appreciate it.
You know what? We forgot to recap the event you had. The Fatherhood, the Tri-City Fatherhood group discussion. Because they were there, and so I thought about that. Let's talk about that. How was that?
Let's talk about it. It was great. It was awesome. It's still growing. People came out and supported. The Jordans. My mom was there. My brother from the John Henry Clark Council Embassy, he was there. Brought his queen out. So
Empress.
That's right. He brought his Empress out.
Empress.
I don't want to omit that. So it was a great event. And we had a great discussion about, things that are happening with Title 4D. If y'all don't know what that is, it's part of the Social Security Act, which is child support. So that's the Tri-City Fatherhood Group. That's what we're about, educating brothers and men and fathers on the child support system.
And it was a very
we had a good time.
Great discussion, very informative. It was really good. You did an awesome job.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
okay.
So we're looking forward to the next one, and we'll keep y'all informed on the next discussion.
Okay, and so back to that Valentine's love conversation. So the Rileys are going to be a part of that, as well as the Chambers, and then I think I seen another family or husband couple on there, and so that is going to be February 13th. I want to say at 6:30 p.m. at the Green
Island Hill Country Club. So if you're gonna share that?
Yes, I shared it.
Okay, so it's go ahead and get your tickets because I'm pretty sure it's gonna sell out fast. So get your tickets. Show up, and like my queen always say, in all your glory.
Yes.
Show up and support.
Yes.
And, it's gonna be a great night. It's gonna be an amazing event, and we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
You and me both.
Looking forward to it.
You and me both.
Okay, so I think that's all the events that we're going to discuss for today. And if you watch this, and if there's something you'd like for us to add, because we're going to try to do this like once or twice a week here in social media, what we learned on our YouTube page is that there's a certain demographic of people that listen and follow us. And so, we want to keep it positive.
Right.
We want to keep it candid.
As always.
Yes, and we want to be informative and bring awareness to what's going on in a positive way. So I think that's all the announcements or events. But if you have events that you would like for us to share and discuss on our platform here, please let us know.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, please let us know. So next is the city news. Okay.
What's going on
the
with the
city news? Let's start with the city council.
It's news.
The meeting was this week. Like, we were double booked, so we went to the city council meeting. We couldn't stay there the entire time because we had the mindset convention. But just in the small amount of time that we were there for the city council meeting, it was a mess.
Yeah, it was a lot happening. It was a lot happening. And I want to encourage everybody to, go and join in on these council meetings so you can see what they're talking about and how it's affecting our community. So, yeah, I would encourage everybody to sit in on them and check them out. Yeah,
so if you can't, attend, they have a YouTube page, which I'm sharing the YouTube link right now so you can watch it for yourself and, see what's going on in the city. Now, the city is $26 million. Is that what I understood? In deficit of funds. For business licenses. And alcohol. Okay.
So apparently these funds haven't been collected.
Correct.
For a long time, and they've just been sitting. And people who mailed in their payments and sent checks in to pay, like you said, it's a mess.
Right. And so
right now.
They paid an outside agency, a law firm, to come in and do research, to investigate from, an outside perspective, $400,000. It was brought up in the meeting. And I thought the gentleman did a great job. I think that he stated the facts. I thought that he came across as unbiased and just stating what their research found. However, I felt that the city council was very hostile.
Yeah, it was. They were not playing in there.
Some of them were very hostile, but they hired him. So I'm confused on whether or not they understand what research is all about, because you're supposed to report the facts and make recommendations.
Right.
So that was a little off for me. And another thing that was off for me was the tone of some of the city council members. They are public servants. They have been hired to represent us. And so, when they address each other on that panel and they address the person they hired, like, it just needs to be with respect, right? Just bare minimum respect. And I get that it's a big deal, because $26 million is a big deal. But it's not necessarily out of their bank account.
Yeah,
there's a form of emotional intelligence and just respect that needs to remain, as they discuss, whatever's going on with whoever they're discussing it with. That was like one of the main things for me. And that to point fingers at this point is not helpful.
Yeah, I don't think finger pointing is ever helpful.
Yeah.
But I will say, so like you said, tensions were high, and it was, there was tension. But rightfully so, though, because that's not, 26 million is nothing to sneeze at.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So
you're right. But in the same token, like, they're all, in my opinion, responsible. Somehow or another, there needs to be checks and balances, if they're representing the city.
Yeah.
Meetings, like, I have no idea what they're doing. To get to 2024 and it's $26 million. Like,
so
wow.
That's what they're trying to figure out. How did they get to this point?
Yeah.
So they got their work cut out to get this rectified, because that is huge.
Yeah. So apparently there's no checks and balances in place, and there's whatever meetings they're showing up. And as a prior soldier, I worked in the S1. So you have all these different reports that you're responsible for, and you have command and staff every week. Command and staff, they expect for you to report the facts.
Right. And now let me say this real quick. So I believe that they have checks and balances, but they don't have a system in place. To keep everything in order. So. But yeah, I feel like they do. Yeah, they have checks.
They can't for $26 million, honey.
Well, what I'm saying is, they have that in place, so they do know where some of this money is going. They do know why some of it's been held up.
Okay.
They do know.
They know that because of this man that came in and did the investigation.
Is that what you believe?
Prior to that, the man said they were not aware. They didn't even know it was a problem.
Well, he did say that. He did say that, but
right, they didn't even know it was a problem. So, like,
but for whatever reason, they weren't able to keep up. They weren't able to keep up with these funds.
Right, and one of the city council members said he had a check for 2005.
Right,
2005 that had not been cashed. And then there was mail for days. Like, they're not opening and processing the mail. Business owners or people who wanted business licenses waiting 3 years trying to open a business.
Right.
So, like, there's no checks and balances in place.
Well,
Can't be.
It's a mess. And somebody's got to figure it out, and somebody's got to fix it fast.
Yeah. But not by pointing fingers and not by belittling and being, rude and condescending to people. It's just, that's not going to help at all.
Well, it got real in there.
It did.
It got real.
It got uncomfortable.
That's why I say I encourage everybody to go out and sit in on these council meetings so you can see for yourself and hear and see in real time, what's happening. If you're not able to be there, actually tune in. If you can't, actually be there. But I hope they get it figured out quick.
Yeah, some good information to know and to learn about when you attend those. So the next thing, let me see. The next meeting is IMA, February 2nd.
Okay, and what is IMA?
The Columbus Interdenominational Ministries. And I believe that is a collaborative efforts of local pastors here.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to attending that meeting on February 2nd. Pastor Flakes, Reverend Flakes, is the president this year.
I'm not exactly sure. I believe so.
Yeah, I think he's the new president. So. However, he made some statements and some comments at the Emancipation Proclamation service that were very yes.
Yeah, he
Yes. Yeah. Right? So,
shout out to Reverend Flakes.
Yes, them scattered remarks.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited to attend the meeting and just, observe and listen and learn on, the dynamics and what contributes to this city being, what it is.
Right.
From that perspective.
So what are you looking forward to, would you say, most of all, from the meeting?
Well, again, to observe. I don't believe, that you go in running your mouth anywhere. You listen, you listen and you learn. And so I just would like to, the people that contribute to the moral factor and just the, the backbone of this city.
Yeah.
I'd like to learn and see what's what. That's all. Because, talk is cheap.
Right. I mean, I'm looking forward to it as well. I feel like it's going to be a good conversation, a good discussion to help better our community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and these conversations need to be had.
Yeah, and it seemed like Pastor Flakes was very, just very strong on cultural ties and unity and advancement. And then those being elected in office, really serving those that put them there.
Right.
I think that's very important. I think that's very important. And I appreciate when people speak up, like we're doing about our candid conversation, about things that are important, because we cannot be afraid to speak up. So that's it, February 2nd for the events. And let's transition into education.
Okay, now where is this going to be? Does it say where it's going to be held?
So let's see. When you click on the link, it's going to tell you what church and what place it's going to be held at.
Okay.
And then I'll follow up. I can follow up later and figure that out too.
Okay.
That
sounds good.
Next thing is education, which we don't have a lot to talk about in education today, except for progress reports go out February 6th.
Right.
From Muscogee County School District.
That's right.
So parents, listen, don't wait till the last minute, okay? They have apps. What is the app called, honey? parent portal or
Parent
something.
portal.
Infinite Campus.
Infinite Campus. That's great.
Yes. So they have apps. Listen, every time a grade pops up, every time a grade is put in, it goes across my phone like a notification. Now, if you can have text message notifications, if you can have Facebook notifications, if you can have IG, Instagram, Snapchat, what is that other little one? TikTok notifications, you can definitely have the Infinite Campus notifications. Do not wait as a educator to the last minute and then upset with the teacher and because you're not following up and keeping up with the grades. Okay, progress reports come out, gives you an idea of where your students are, what they're doing, what they've turned in, all of that good stuff. So make sure you're aware and make sure you're keeping up with your student. Right. And that's all we have for education today. Okay. Unless you have something else you want to add.
No, I think you nipped it in the bud.
Okay.
Move on. What you got?
Okay, our last thing tonight to discuss is politics, honey. Politics.
That's always a big one.
Yes. The registration deadline for online, in-person, or postal it is February 12th.
That's right around the corner.
Yes, February 12th. So that is the registration deadline, and that means that you need to be registered by that date in order to vote this year.
Right.
Right? In order to vote this year?
Right. So if you're not registered, go ahead and get registered. Yeah, definitely go ahead and get registered.
And you can do it online, in person, or through the mail. However, if it's done through the mail, it must be post-dated. Yeah, we don't recommend that method.
But if that's all you have, you got to work with what you got.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so just please make sure that it is done by February 12th. And then the other thing as it regards politics is, let me see what we have here on our notes, okay? First, let me just give some dates. Monday, March 14th is when absentee voting begins for those 65 and above.
What was that date again?
Monday, March 4th.
Okay.
And then those who are disabled. Okay, that's March 4th. And I'm going to put this in the comments. Then Monday, April 29th through May 17th is early voting. That's what I like to do. I like to get in and get out. I'm not about standing in lines forever to vote. And most times when I do the early vote situation, I'm in and I'm out. What's your testimony?
Well, I don't think they're ready for that. I'm not sure if they're ready for that.
Okay, so we won't.
But if you're not registered, please.
Yes, February 12th. February 12th. And then finally, the big day is Tuesday, May 21st. Which brings us to this huge, what do you want to call it? Race that we have.
Yeah.
We have 3 candidates.
Right.
Technically there's 4, but we're only concerned about 3.
Right.
We have 3 candidates running for the City Council at large District 10. And at large District 10 covers all of the areas.
Right.
Okay. So, I'm going to put everybody's information that's running in the comments, but we're going to have a conversation. Also, I'm going to put in the www.vote411org.org. That tells you your status. Right. It allows you to register online. It helps you to know where you can vote. Okay, so check out that website, log in, establish your credentials, and then make sure you're registered. And then for any additional information you may have, check it out and make sure that you get what you need. Right. Okay, so let's talk about the fact that we have 3 African-American gentlemen affluent. We have a pastor, we have a broker, and we have a doctorate, another PhD person running. Let's talk about that.
Okay, so let's talk about there being strength in numbers. Let's talk about, united we stand, divided we fall. Mm-hmm. And when it comes to this election in particular, I believe that's what we have. As far as we have those brothers from our community running against each other, and it's dividing the community, and it's not a good thing. So when we say it's dividing the community, it's dividing our resources, it's dividing the actual people, and all of those resources and voices can be put behind one person, mm-hmm. and that would make a bigger impact versus 3 different people trying to clamor for the same seat. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're just trying to put the word out there and bring awareness to the importance of unity.
Yeah, so we had this conversation.
Right.
And then we came across an article from a gentleman who communicated very perfectly mm-hmm. the problem with this.
Right.
And I shared it with you, and we shared it with, other people, because something has to give.
Right. Somebody's got to concede.
We cannot keep doing the same thing and expecting different results.
Right.
And the problem with this is that, okay, when I went on the pages today to check mm-hmm. out the candidates, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody has a donation situation.
Right.
Okay, so everybody is, like you said, dividing the votes, dividing the resources. And just let's use ourselves as an example, okay, right? We're in the same home, okay? Who are you voting for?
Well, if I put
in general, yeah. So not specifically.
Right.
Who are you voting for?
I'm voting for the person that looks like me.
Okay. And who am I voting for?
The same person that looks like you.
Right. But there's a person that may look closer like you than that looks like me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we may have a difference in who we vote for.
Right. So in essence, our home is divided now.
Yeah.
So
our resources are divided.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. When we can just come together, have mm-hmm. a discussion, and put all of our time, energy, and resources behind one candidate, and come out and support that person. Mm-hmm. It's only one seat. It's only one position, and everybody can't win.
That's it.
So for the greater good of the culture and the community, we feel not only just us, but other people in mm-hmm. the community and other leaders in the community feel like we need to come together and have this discussion, which mm-hmm. is going to be had of one of these meetings that we're going to attend.
Right.
This subject is going to be brought up
mm-hmm.
about, pulling our resources together and coming together as a community, figuring out who's the best candidate to represent us, to speak for us, mm-hmm. and, put all our time, energy, and resources behind that individual or that person.
I'm just going to tell you, this city for me,
mm-hmm. Well, go ahead.
I don't understand it. I don't understand, because when you look at the history mm-hmm. and also the gentleman put some history in the article, like when people run against each other, mm-hmm. so it was like 14,000 votes for this one person.
Right.
6,000 votes for this person, 8,000 votes for this person. So, but if you have brought those 6 and 8 together, that made you closer to the other person,
right?
That was running. So I'm just like, do we really want what's good for the community, or is this like ambition, or is this like, this is my dream and so I'm gonna do it?
Right, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having ambition.
Nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. But we have to be wise. We have to look at the big picture.
And that's what it's about.
The big picture is putting someone that looks like us in that seat. And then you have to go about doing that in a wise and strategic way. And just, honestly, just to think mm-hmm. that, out of this group,
right.
it's likely that it's possible. But we want to try to make sure it's possible.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to do everything we can to make sure that it's possible.
Right. And when you're trying to win anything, you want to do everything possible, just like you said, to mm-hmm. make the odds, or put the odds in your favor mm-hmm. to win. Mm-hmm. Fingers are strong, but a fist is stronger. Mm-hmm. So we need to be a fist. Mm-hmm. It's good to have fingers, but we got to bring those fingers together mm-hmm. to make a strong fist. So, Yeah, so that's our concern. We just want to, we gotta come together and stick together first. Before we can go out and start making change, let alone in the world. We gotta make change first at home. So it starts here first with everybody coming together and like we said.
Like in our house, we know we're voting for this person.
Right.
And then the next house, we know we're voting for this person. We're not divided trying to figure out, well, we're going to vote for this person or we're going to vote for that person.
Right.
That's like a huge issue.
It is a huge issue. And all three brothers are good brothers, I'm sure. But at the same time, like we said, we have to have this discussion, bring those brothers together. And I'm not sure if they know each other. That was another question. Have they already had this discussion? But for the greater good of the community and culture, there can only be one.
For this city, right.
And there'll be another election, you know what I mean? And we'll whoever wins, put them in there. And then if we feel like they're not getting the job done, then the next man up. And that's how it's supposed to work. You know what I mean? So, we hope that this discussion is heard. We hope that these brothers and these gentlemen will sit down together and have the same conversation.
Right. And I believe the community, it needs to show concern. And I believe the community needs to speak up because it's very divisive.
Right, and that's the last thing we need.
And we're supposed to be together.
Right.
And like from what I've seen so far, everybody that's running is committed to the community. They're committed to doing great things for the community. They are living and walking and breathing every day, doing great things for the community. In order for that to show up in the District 10 seat, there needs to be a conversation.
Right.
And there needs to be some unity. And, so it really bothers me. It really does. Because it's like, just to look at the history in this city, we're predominantly an African-American city. In most places we may have African-American leadership, but like where it could truly count and where it could truly matter, right, we give that away to somebody else.
Right. We have all of the power to put these people in office that look like us and speak for us and represent us. We have all the power. But of course we got to use that power.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are encouraging everybody to have this conversation amongst yourselves. The barbershops, the beauty shops, the laundromats.
And what if you're friends with both of them and all of them,
Right.
I mean, I gotta choose.
Well, I mean, right. It's not going to be a comfortable conversation. It's going to be uncomfortable, but again, we got to look at the bigger picture. So.
And I'm just saying the predicament that people are in. That's all I'm trying to say. When they go to the polls, well, this is my friend, and this is my friend, and this is my friend, or,
Right.
Guess what?
That has to be laid to the side when it comes to the greater good of the community. You got to lay friendship to the side because it's about who's the best person for the job, and that's what it boils down to. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's business. It's not personal. So, those things have to be put to the side as far as friends. Yeah, you'll be conflicted, but,
And I think, since I've been here in 2018, I've heard conversations of how, you need to prepare to pass the baton.
Right.
Build people up, train them for these positions, get them ready for these positions, because I do believe it's structured and organized like that on the other side. Like they already know, this person's running,
right,
and this is who we're all going to support for maximum success.
Right.
We don't do that. We don't do it. We're all individuals.
Yeah,
I'm a part of this club and I'm a part of this whatever, and I got my group of people and my clique of people and we're going to do this. That's not for the greater good.
Right, and that causes us to continue to be the minority when we know that we're the majority. So,
Correct.
Yeah, unless we change that mindset, we're going to continue to be the minority. So, yeah, we got got to change our mindset. That's the only way things are going to change. So,
okay.
Yeah, so tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Please share this and have
comments.
a discussion.
Yeah, give us some feedback. Tell us what you think. Because some people are not ready to have the conversation.
Right.
They're. Stop there. Okay. They're not ready to have the conversation, right? And so, but it's like, it's either an elephant in the room or it's like a big, like, I'm just going to turn my head and avoid it. But how are we going to be successful? We're almost in February, March, April, May. How many more months? About 3 more months.
Get the ball rolling and get it rolling quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Could you imagine all of our support and all of our resources behind one person? Because we're definitely not going to be voting for the other person.
Listen, if we want Wakanda, if we truly want Wakanda, this is what it's going to take to get it.
Yeah.
It's for us to, they were united.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You saw how the Black Panther had to fight the other guy for that position. So, they chose the best person to represent us. So whoever won that fight, that was the best person to represent us.
Yes, and they moved
forward.
What I mean?
And they moved forward.
Yes.
So
maybe like they do in the Army, they have a board, and these people present themselves and what they plan to do and their strategies and how they plan to do it. Because it's one thing to say it, it's another to have steps as to how you plan to achieve it. To whoever these elders in our community are, and then have the, I want to say, humble or humility to be like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we got to keep everything in-house, discuss this in-house, figure it out in-house, and then go out there and make it happen.
Yeah. All right. Anything else we need to talk about tonight?
Shout out to our sponsors.
Okay.
Who make it possible for this platform to exist.
Yes.
RMA, Role Model Academy. We appreciate the support.
And Role Model Academy is all things modeling and personal development. It's broken down for youth all the way up to adults, grown ladies, where they get empowerment, they get what they need to be successful and to upgrade in life. So thank you very much.
Yeah, and all you young ladies out there who have aspiring careers to be a model, RMA is a great place for you to get a start and get an education on the modeling and fashion industry. So parents, if you're looking to get your child into modeling, please don't hesitate to reach out to Role Model Academy. You're doing great things. You won't be disappointed.
Correct.
Who else? Tri-City Fatherhood Group. We appreciate the sponsorship. For us to be on this platform. And anybody else who supports us, we appreciate y'all.
Yes. I have some announcements to make later, maybe in a future podcast, but I would like to say thank you to those who support us, who watch, who share. It's very important. Share, right? Share, so that we can have others join this discussion.
Right.
We, like George, you always say, we don't know it all. We don't have all the answers.
Right.
But we are definitely not afraid to have the conversation, and bring the topic to the forefront to discuss. And that's exactly what I love about you.
Right. Well, I appreciate that. It's a beautiful thing. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
So, we appreciate everybody. We don't want to forget anything. Was there anything else that we need to add? Anything else that's coming up that we can think of?
I don't think so. Not until next time.
Right. So we appreciate everybody who tuned in. Thank y'all. We appreciate the love and support.
Yes. Please be sure to share.
Please.
Also join the discussion and comment. We're going to start going live at least once or twice a week, just to talk about what's going on in the community, and have a discussion, a candid conversation.
Right. So we'll leave it there. Again, thank everybody. We appreciate it. Support each other. Support African American businesses in the community. Peace and love. Until the next time.
Yes.
Candid conversation. Not popular.
But important.
Yes. We appreciate y'all.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Peace. turned off. Live and direct.
Yeah.